The dojo was buzzing with excitement, and everyone's eyes were on the mat. The top fighter, a local legend known for her speed and power, had never lost a match. Today, though, her target wasn't a rival competitor, was a quiet, unassuming woman who had just stood up for the janitor being bullied by a few disrespectful students. No one expected this confrontation, and the tension in the room was thick enough to cut with a knife. Whispers ran through the crowd. Who was this woman, and why did she have the courage to face the dojo's champion? As the top fighter squared off, her confidence radiated from every move, every calculated step. But the woman she challenged seemed calm, almost too calm, her eyes steady and focused. There was something in her stance, a quiet strength that made even the seasoned fighters pause for a moment. Nobody in the room knew her past, not even the janitor she had just defended. She was more than she appeared: tough, skilled, and trained in ways that went far beyond the dojo. When the fight was called, everyone leaned forward, expecting a quick victory for the dojo's star. But the first move she made sent a shock through the crowd, hinting at a lifetime of skills honed far from these mats. What nobody realized yet was that this unassuming defender was a former Navy SEAL, trained to handle danger with precision and calm. The question now wasn't whether she could win, it was what would happen when the dojo's top fighter discovered just how deadly her opponent really was. The tension had only just begun. The crowd held its breath as the two faced each other, and for a moment, the dojo seemed to fall silent. No one knew much about the quiet woman she had moved to town recently, keeping to herself, often seen helping the janitor clean up or running errands for neighbors. People had assumed she was just kind-hearted and bold, but there was an air about her that hinted at something deeper, something disciplined. Her calm focus wasn't just confidence. It was experience that as she shifted her weight, ready for the first strike, memories of her past flickered through her mind. Years in the Navy SEALs had taught her patience, observation, and control under pressure. Every movement, every glance in a fight could be life or death. She had walked away from that world for a quieter life, but instincts like hers never truly faded. Her past was a well-guarded secret, one that, if revealed, could change how the entire dojo saw her. The top fighter, unaware of what she was up against, smirked and made the first feint, confident she could dominate this civilian. The woman's eyes followed the motion, unshaken, as if she could predict what was coming next. Even from a distance, her posture spoke volumes: strong, disciplined, and ready. The janitor, standing at the edge of the crowd, watched nervously, unsure if defending him had just put them both in danger. Every second stretched, each heartbeat loud in the room. The tension wasn't just about a fight, it was about revelation. Who was this mysterious woman? And what would happen when the dojo's champion realized she wasn't just defending someone, she was a trained warrior, capable of far more than anyone imagined? The match was about to show them all, but the outcome remained shrouded in suspense. The dojo erupted in whispers as the two circled each other, the tension practically vibrating through the air. On one side was the top fighter, her confidence unshaken, her reputation on the line. On the other was the mysterious woman, calm and measured, her eyes never leaving her opponent. To the audience, it looked like a classic showdown of skill versus skill, but underneath, there were layers no one could see. The janitor, still clutching a mop handle like a lifeline, felt his heart pounding. He had never imagined defending him would escalate into this level of danger. Yet, as he watched the woman's movements, there was a strange reassurance. She wasn't just brave, she was calculated, almost predicting the top fighter's every feint and jab. Every glance, every step seemed part of a larger strategy, hinting at a past life that no one in the room could guess. Meanwhile, the dojo's spectators whispered among themselves. Some doubted the top fighter could lose, convinced her record was untouchable. Others noticed the woman's precision and began to wonder if she was hiding a secret. Even her own quiet intensity made them uncomfortable. It was the kind of presence that demanded respect, though no one knew why. The top fighter, sensing hesitation from the crowd, increased her aggression, striking faster, pushing harder, trying to break the woman's calm. But every move was met with smooth, controlled countering. The dojo's atmosphere thickened with anticipation, the stakes rising beyond a simple fight. Subplots formed in real time, loyal students questioning who to root for, the janitor silently worrying for both their safety, and rumors starting to swirl about the woman's real identity. With each passing second, the tension grew. The fight wasn't just physical, it was a test of perception, courage, and hidden histories. No one knew how far this confrontation would go, and the dojo's air seemed charged with the promise of revelation, one that could change everything for everyone present. The dojo felt like it was holding its breath. Every eye was locked on the two figures in the center, the top fighter and the mysterious woman, their movements almost a blur. The top fighter's strikes were faster, sharper, fueled by frustration and pride, but the woman moved with a calm, almost effortless precision. Each block and counter seemed to whisper a story of years spent mastering control under pressure, a lifetime of discipline that no one here had seen before. The janitor edged closer to the mat, heart hammering, silently praying the woman he had defended would be okay. He had no idea what she was truly capable of, and yet he felt an odd sense of trust, as if somehow she already anticipated every possible danger. Around him, The spectators' excitement had turned into a mix of fear and awe. Whispers of "who is she really? And she's not just any fighter" rippled through the crowd. Even the dojo's instructors were watching closely, unsure if they had ever seen anyone move like this in their entire careers. The top fighter's frustration was visible now. Each attack met resistance, each feint countered. She started to push harder, taking risks she normally wouldn't, and the crowd could sense the shift. This wasn't just a match anymore, it was a test of limits, pride, and hidden strength. The mysterious woman's eyes stayed locked on her opponent, calculating, unwavering. Every second, the tension built higher, the air electric with anticipation. Students leaned forward, gripping the edges of the bleachers. The janitor's hands shook. No one could guess what the next move would be, and the room felt suspended in time. Then, in a sudden motion, both fighters lunged simultaneously, the clash echoing through the dojo, and the audience gasped. Everything hung in that split second, the climax almost upon them, but no one yet knew who would emerge unshaken. The room seemed to shudder from the force of their simultaneous clash, the sound echoing like a gunshot in the silent dojo. The top fighter froze for a moment, stunned by the precision and strength behind the woman's movement. Everyone could see it now. This wasn't just a fight. It was a battle of experience versus ego, of hidden skill against earned reputation. But before anyone could catch their breath, something unexpected happened. A sudden commotion erupted at the back of the dojo. One of the top fighter's students had rushed forward, shouting that someone was cheating, claiming the mysterious woman couldn't possibly be an ordinary civilian. The accusation drew gasps, and the crowd turned, trying to see what had triggered the chaos. The janitor stepped back, heart racing, unsure if the disturbance would turn violent. But the woman didn't flinch. Her focus never wavered. Whatever was happening behind them didn't distract her, and that only made her presence more unnerving to everyone watching. Meanwhile, the top fighter's frustration reached a boiling point. Pride and anger collided with confusion. She had expected an easy match, but the mysterious woman seemed untouchable. Her strikes grew more aggressive, riskier, and the air felt charged, almost dangerous. The dojo's energy shifted from excitement to tense anticipation, each spectator leaning forward, caught between awe and fear. Then, a whispered rumor spread through the crowd like wildfire. Someone claimed to recognize the woman from a completely different world, an elite Navy SEAL operative whose missions were classified and whose existence had been invisible to the public. The idea seemed impossible, but every controlled movement, every calculated response she made reinforced it. Suddenly, the match was no longer just about defending the janitor or proving dominance. It had escalated into a revelation, a test of truth, skill, and hidden pasts. The stakes had skyrocketed, and everyone in the room felt it. One wrong move now could change everything. The dojo fell into an eerie silence as the top fighter and the mysterious woman faced each other once more, their breathing steady but hearts pounding. The top fighter's pride clashed with growing respect. She realized this was no ordinary opponent. Every attack she launched was met with flawless defense and subtle counters that revealed the woman's Navy SEAL training in every move. The crowd watched, wide-eyed, sensing that the fight had shifted from competition to revelation. Then, in a sudden, fluid motion, the woman executed a maneuver so precise that the top fighter was forced to her knees, completely disarmed. The dojo erupted into gasps, and even the top fighter's own students stared in disbelief. The woman extended a hand, not in malice, but in respect.